Nice to meet you finally, face to face.
You too?
How is your Monday going? How are you doing?
Good. I'm off on Mondays, so I just hung around, cleaned my house, that kind of
Okay,
stuff.
so you do pet grooming, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, that's fun. I creeped you, and you have some really interesting animals. So is that what you do full time?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fun. Have you always been doing that?
For the past 8 years.
Okay, so it's been a while.
Yeah, I was a zookeeper before that, so
A zookeeper, that's fun.
yeah, it just doesn't pay very well. So.
I wouldn't know, but hey, I love animals, so that's nice. Okay, so you're having a good day? All's well?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you for joining me. You are my first guest. I'm so honored to have you. Thank you so much for listening to my plea. I was like, I'm gonna go on her live. I'm gonna DM her. I'm gonna message her everywhere. She's going to know who I am, and we're gonna do this. So thank you so much for doing it. So let's get right into it. So do you want to tell folks about, just briefly, we're not going to talk too much about him, but just about how y'all met, your relationship, just like the duration, and then I want to really talk about the end of it and how you walked away.
Yeah. We met on a dating website in 2018
Mhm.
and dated for like 6 or 7 months with
Okay.
like a small break in between because he had cheated on me and run off with my um
Is that Sarah?
yeah. So
So,
everything was normal for the first couple months, but
mhm.
at like 3, 4 month mark, he just started showing like his narcissist behavior. I'm sorry, my dogs are wrestling on my bed. Uh,
So cute. If they want to be on, on here, that's fine with me. I don't mind.
uh,
Okay, so he started showing it early on then.
yeah, pretty early.
Okay.
So at the end of the relationship is when everything went really bad, really fast.
But when you say the end, how long did this go on for before things got really bad?
He started like stealing from me and lying and cheating and gaslighting me from like 3 months on, but he didn't put his hands on me until like the last 2 days of our relationship.
Okay. And the entire duration of the relationship, was it long? Was it short?
It was from September to February.
The entire thing. So it got ugly really like quickly.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wow. Okay. So what was it about the last um talk interaction that made you think this is it? I'm not doing this anymore.
Um, well, that's the day that he put his hands on me, and I always swore that I would never be with someone that did that. And I knew that there was like no going back. Once he did that, I would always have a fear that he would continue to do it.
Right.
So that was it. I was done.
That was it. Okay. And was it, I have so many questions. They're all coming at the same time. Was it easy for you to walk away, or is DV something that you've experienced before?
I've never had any type of physical violence. It's always been like mental.
Okay.
Um, so, oh, excuse me.
It's all good.
Um, so I had no intentions of going back, but the trauma bond was very strong. So I
Okay.
would still message him and talk to him like I wanted him back. But I knew deep down that I would never actually take him back because I would lose my friends and my family over him.
Okay. Is this when he was incarcerated?
No.
Also, he was still out.
Yeah, he didn't get arrested until October. So,
Okay. I see. So you wanted to reach out, but because of fear of your surroundings, obviously having fear for you.
yeah, I had no desire to like actually take him back. I think I was like partially upset that he like did all of this and then immediately like went to another girl
Hmm.
and um my friends and my family didn't like him and told me if I went back, like they would not speak to me anymore. And they're like a huge part of my life. So I knew that I wasn't going to actually back, but there was still like clinging to him.
Yeah. I see. Okay. So then you stayed away. The letter that you posted,
Yeah,
when was that?
that was in July. He was in jail already. Yeah, that was July 2020. So he was in jail already
Okay.
for the murders.
Okay. When you, because you filed a report, right, after what happened with you physically, right? And but he didn't get incarcerated over that,
Nope.
and that is why you are doing your advocacy
Yes.
because it wasn't taken seriously.
Yeah, not at all.
Even though you had the pictures, you had, I don't like, what were they looking for? What else were they looking for?
I don't know. The report that the officer wrote up says that my story corroborated my injuries, and he wrote down all my injuries. And then the hospital did as well. They took photos, they took DNA and everything. And everything pointed to that he should have been arrested, but that officer just didn't want to. Yep.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's crappy.
It is. It's invalidating and it's gaslighting, and it kind of mimics what's happening with you online now. What I
Yeah.
see with the way his wives
Ugh, yeah.
treat you. I saw that you had a post when I was stalking you, consensually. Um, I saw that you had a post that there's a picture of him with one of your dogs that has passed
Yes.
that people are parading around town.
Yeah. Because I guess it's a nice picture of him, but I really don't want my dog.
Hi, friend. Oh, hello. Oh, see, they know. They know when we're talking about hard stuff. They know. So
I
cute.
want my heart dog to be shown with him because, she was like my best friend and I don't have her anymore.
Yeah. Was were they close or something, or was that just a random picture?
No, it's just a picture he took and put on a dating website while we were still together.
The audacity.
I know.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. That is horrendous.
Yeah. Stop it.
Listen, your yawning to me means that your system is coming down and it's de-escalating. So from a mental health perspective, I'm happy. Keep yawning. Because that tells me that your nervous system is going from the sympathetic to the nervous or the parasympathetic nervous system. So I'm here for it. Keep yawning, honey. And look, your dog is also getting sleepy. We're here for it. So cute. What's your dog's name?
This one is Azkaban.
Azkaban. What kind of dog is Azkaban?
Mexican hairless.
Never heard of that. I don't even know if we have that here. Interesting. Okay, so I guess my question now, since we already touched on it, is how are you coping with what's going on social media? I'm offended and I'm not even involved. Like I can't. Like I will, because my For You page is all of this right now. And I I have like a time limit of how much I can take in, and I'm not even involved. So I'm curious about, I know you said you have a good support network, but how are you coping? Because it's that invalidation like on steroids right now for you.
It's been 5 years of feeling like invalidated, so it doesn't really bother me because at the end of the day, I know that I feel like most of these women are probably jealous that they never got to put hands on him and never will. And, you know, hearing all these women talk about him, it just shows that he is manipulative even behind bars. And it doesn't really bother me that much. Like, I joke about it with my friends. Oh my God, why? um,
Because your nervous system is calming down, honey.
it's really,
From a
um,
mental health perspective, we like this. You're gonna sleep well tonight.
um, so yeah, it doesn't really bother me. It's, they're not saying anything that I don't already know or that I have felt before. So, I've been bullied my whole life. So when they try to come at my looks and stuff, I'm like, I've already been there in like high school. So you're not gonna hurt me. It's fine.
Well, I think you're beautiful, so that's that. Inside and outside. Tell me about how did you take care of yourself? And I know that you talk about battered women syndrome. How did you take care of yourself following everything? Did you lose parts of yourself? Did you gain parts of yourself back?
I feel like it really took a big hit on my like self-esteem. And I've always had an issue with self-esteem growing up because I had acne in high school, and I always got called tons of different names. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, bye.
It's like that. Okay.
I've always gotten called names and everything, and uh, being with someone that looked like that who then put hands on me made me feel like, hold on, ow, enough. Just made me feel like I was back in high school, getting made fun of for my looks, and how would a guy like that want anything to do with you? And it's because I had money and all this other stuff. Oh my God. But I had a friend that got bit by a dog really bad, and she told me that she was seeing a therapist that did EMDR, and that it helped
Okay.
a lot with her PTSD, which I didn't realize at the time that I had PTSD. I
Mm,
thought I was fine. I cried like once after this whole situation.
mm,
I, I didn't feel like I had any issues, but then I noticed that I wasn't dating anybody for 5 years. I didn't go on any dates. I didn't have any desire to. And she's like, I think you have PTSD. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And then I
mm.
had seen two separate therapists that do EMDR, and both of them were like, you're not fine at all. You should have processed this. Woo! Ugh, and you didn't. um, so I started doing therapy, and I
Okay.
had to stop because I couldn't afford it at the time because I don't have insurance. But
Mm.
at that point, I felt like I had already. It was after the trial was over. Once he got found guilty, I like my whole personality changed. I felt like I finally got justice to a point.
Oh,
So I, you
okay.
know, started dating somebody, and I'm happy. And yeah,
Are you still with that person?
yeah.
Oh, wow. So these women who are out here probably single don't know that you're not. That's funny. Joke's on them. Wow. Okay. Has your partner, so you guys have been together for a while now,
No,
right?
we've only been together for a couple months.
So when you said when he was found guilty, you mean like like this week? This last week?
Right before that, like the when they released the verdict. So that
Okay.
was like 2 months ago, I think.
Has he been like hot news for a long time? Because I didn't hear about this until literally like maybe 3 weeks ago. So
Um, Not really. His thing really blew up once he started going to trial.
so that would have been that 2 month ago period.
Yeah, it was like 2 months ish when he had.
Okay. Okay. So when you say your personality shifted and he feels like there was a level of emancipation.
Yeah, because I always worried, like in my mind, that he was going to get out or get off and come out and try to reach out to me and torment me or come after me. So once they found him guilty, I was like, he's never getting out ever. So I was happy.
Okay, that's good. Tell me about so you two stopped talking 2020
Yes.
and then the verdict came out 2 months ago, so 2024.
Yep.
So in those 3-4 years, how did you cope? Were you scared of him coming back? Were you scared of him reaching out? Tell me
Um,
about your
I had blocked the jail number, and I had emailed someone at the head of the jail and told them to like take my email off of the list because he was finding ways to email me through other inmates, like using their numbers to email and call me. So like
Mm.
things. So he had no way to contact me anymore. And the only way I ever heard about things, um, this is ridiculous. Um, was I have a friend that lives over there. So anytime he like popped up in the news for like when he tried to escape uh, jail when he got caught with drugs. She would like send me that. But other than that, I didn't, I would check in occasionally to see when his trial was going to be because I wanted to either try to be there or make sure that I could watch it. But
Mm.
I didn't really think much.
Have you been watching them?
I watched the trial, yeah.
Like all of them, like the recent ones too?
Yeah.
What are your, that must be, I think that's so eerie to like, obvious. First of all, he didn't have the face tattoos then, right?
No.
So that's different.
Yeah.
Is there a difference in his demeanor? Is that the same man that put hands on you, or do you see a shift?
The dead eyes is the same person that put hands on me. The picture
Mm.
where he's smiling and acting normal, that's the kind of person that I was with for most of the time. Towards the end is when he started getting like those dead eyes and like no emotion unless it was anger.
Mm. Wow. So the dead eyes is not unfamiliar to you.
No.
Wow. He's very charming.
Yes, that's a
I
big.
can see how people are, wrapped around his finger. And
Yeah,
that's what's, I think, is the charm.
yeah, exactly. That's my mom even said it. Like he was charming, he was polite, like yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. That's my best friend always said that he called me beautiful all the time. He just knew how to manipulate people.
Mm, I see. So have you had any contact with the victims or their family or no?
I speak to Mila and Rosemary, which is the mother of his son, and
Oh,
Chris, which is the man that he dated. And then I don't have contact with Diane's sons, but Bunny does. And I know that I'll get to meet them when we do like the documentary thing.
oh wow. If you want me on that documentary from a mental health perspective, you let Bunny know I say hi.
I-
How's Mila doing?
She's good.
I would love to talk to Mila. I think you and I touched on that. We can talk about that off camera. But I would love to talk to her because she testified.
Yes.
Did you have an opportunity to testify or no? Didn't ask
I
you.
I wrote into the state and asked if they wanted me to. I had all my evidence and everything about his past issues, and they said that it had nothing to do with this current case and they didn't need it. I guess they felt they had plenty of evidence
Okay,
already.
okay. But if they asked you to go in and
Oh
testify,
yeah, absolutely.
would it be hard for you to be in the same room as him?
Be in the same room as him.
I mean, he's in complete shackles now, so it's.
Yeah.
Did you think that he knew that this is how it would end for him? Or do you think he was invincible?
No, once he tattooed his face, I feel like he knew he was never getting out. Because that was like his biggest selling point is his beautiful face, and then he destroyed it. So I think he knew he wasn't going to be going anywhere.
Yeah, I see. So you haven't heard from him or nothing in a long time.
Nope.
And you want to keep it that way.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say to him.
But there's never been a no contact, right? No contact order.
There used to be. It probably expired by now.
Oh, so there was one at one point.
Yeah,
Did he go against it or?
he ignored it. I had two different ones. I had one when we lived together, and I had to have it removed because we lived together. And I was like, unfortunately, this is like impossible. He lives with
Mhm.
me. And then the second one was after he put hands on me. I went and I got like a restraining order, no contact order. But I don't know if it expired or he just ignored it. Once he went to jail, he was still bothering me. So
Wow.
it's not like they can throw him in jail once he's in there. So
True. Tell me about that battered women syndrome, and were there red flags that were missed looking back?
yes, my friends saw them. My parents saw them eventually. He didn't have a job. He didn't have a car. He didn't have any friends at all. like no one. Um, and all of his friends were women. And when he said he would go do personal training and stuff, he would never come back with money. And then I found out later his personal training was just him going and sleeping with women. Um, he just, there was always like things I would brush it off, but it was definitely like big red flags, which I've never done any type of drug. So I was like, well, that's like a party drug. I mean, I guess it's not a huge deal if you're not doing it all the time. But then he started doing it all the time, and then he started doing other drugs, and that's
Mm,
just escalated and snowballed.
okay. Bless you. Your body is really de-escalating and you're releasing now. You're sneezing. This is great. Okay. If there's anybody who's listening to this going through domestic violence, what would you say to them?
Listen to your friends and your family. If they
Mm,
tell you how they feel, or if you have a weird gut feeling, listen to that. Um, you know, don't listen to your heart all the time. Sometimes it's right, but if a man ever puts hands on you, it should automatically be like goodbye. Absolutely not. Because they say they're going to change, they're not going to change. Nothing's going to change. Um, and I guess Courtney, which is the woman that is the only ex that is like Team Wade.
mm.
I don't know if you've seen her TikToks, but
I did not. No, I try to look for it, but like I said, I have like a time like of how much I can take in with this story. It's a
yeah,
lot. No, I
it,
have not.
but I found messages that someone shared where she admitted that he put his hands around her throat and tried to strangle her, and she
Oh.
cut him with a knife, and he never did it again. And I'm like, well, yeah, you guys only dated for like 3 weeks. So he moved on. That's when he went to the man. He went and moved on to go be with Chris. And after Chris, he went to Mila. And um, I think she is trying to blow it off. Like it was just one time and I told him to stop and he did. Well, if you guys had stayed together longer, I guarantee he would have done it again and put his hands
Mm.
on you worse. Um, so yeah.
I know that isolation is a tactic that people who are abusive use. So when you say listen to those around you, I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Tell my audience how they can support you. And, I know you have grooming. I know you have you do stuff with animals, you do programs and stuff, but that's all very in person.
Yeah, that's like some in-person stuff. If you want to like visit my friend's zoo, I can meet there and stuff. But I do have an Etsy store where I make clothing, t-shirts. I actually just released some funny Wade Wilson ones. And all the money from anything Wade related on my Etsy is going towards a legal fund so I can try to find a lawyer to help me go after the police department. Um, but yeah, I mean, I do a lot of art. I do custom stuff.
What's the kiosk stuff you've been teasing us with? Is that the art
Yeah. I made a meet me at
story or whatever you've been doing the kiosk thing? I saw that.
yep. I made that into shirts. I made stickers. I made all kinds of stuff because he owes me like almost $2,000 in restitution, and I'm probably never going to see it. So I might as well do something to get my money back from him.
What does that mean? What does restitution mean?
He stole a laptop from me, so um, the court ordered that he pay restitution for the property. So it
Is this like a recent order or is it then?
was in like April or May, or no,
Okay.
I'm sorry, September. So it was like November
Of
um,
2020,
of 2019 or
2019.
2018, when he had stolen stuff from me. Uh, so obviously I never got it back. I might as well do something to get my money from him. he also racked up my credit cards and all kinds. I'm still fighting debt from him. So
Oh.
got to do something.
Well, according to his attorney, there's like $30,000 to $60,000 that has been raised for him. So maybe
It's
that can be used.
71,000.
Wow.
Yes.
So
So
maybe that money can be used towards those people like you.
yes, and his child and the victims' families, and
Yes, that too.
I don't think
And forgetting he was killed. Does he have a daughter too, or is that like a rumor?
they thought it was his, but in 2021, I believe, she did a DNA test and they found out that the girl is not his, but the boy is.
How old is he,
Who?
the boy?
I think he's like 4 or 5.
Oh, it's tragic.
Yeah, she was when he went to jail.
So this was after you?
She was pregnant when we were dating.
What?
Yeah, I had reached out to her after everything, and she was pregnant at that time.
Wow. He met your family too?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, but I like that you're smiling. I like that you're powerful, that Aquarius energy is in there, and I love it. I just want to know, what does your self-care look like? If you have down moments, down days, what do you do?
Hang out with my animals, do art, play video games. If my
Okay.
friends are around, I try and go and hang out with them. My animals are a big part of my life, so I find ways to take them out and do sports with them or horseback riding or something, just to get out the house and out of my own mind.
Good, good. So you have a good support network. You have good self-care. Amazing. Okay. I think that sums up the questions I had for you. I didn't have the questions in front of me. I'm just going based on memory. I wanted to wing this. I wanted it to be organic. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Is there anything you'd like to share that we have to? No?
I'm not good at that part.
Um, anything about your story that you feel is important to touch on, that I hope you felt like this was less about him and more about you. That was
Yeah,
the intent of this. Okay, good. Because the stuff that I've been seeing is very much weight centered.
it's
And
all like exactly what happened, your whole story. And I mean, I've told it so many times, like I'm sick of it. It's so annoying.
yeah,
So I like being able to talk about, you know, the whole point of this is that I want to help people that are in that situation, and they can get out of here. Um, so that's why I wanted to talk to you, because you are a mental health professional and you see this type of thing, and
I do. Yeah, I've worked with DV for years. I took a step back because vicarious trauma is real,
yeah.
and I'm starting to internalize the stuff that I was hearing. And now I'm getting back into it. Hence, you're my first podcast guest, because I was like, I don't even really get into true crime like that. Like, I'm quite paranoid and I don't like knowing. Like, I hear terrible stories all day long, anyways.
Mhm.
So when I'm on social media, my feed is very much animals and like memes. Like, I try really hard to not get into how terrible people can be
Yeah,
beyond what I already know. But this kind of fell into my lap. And I prayed so hard to talk to you. You have no idea how much I prayed. And the way I do it is I pray and I give to charity. I'm like, God,
that's awesome.
please make this happen, because I feel like it's so powerful. I think that unfortunately we know how common DV is, and survivors don't always speak because of fear or whatever judgment. But you've been speaking about this for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you so much for doing what you do. If folks want to follow you, do you want to let them know what your handles are?
Yeah, my TikTok is Insect Armada, because I used to breed moths, mantises, and stuff. And then I have an Instagram under Pinup Princess 19. I post a lot of animal stuff over there. dog shows and stuff like that.
And you have a TikTok.
Insect Armada.
Oh, I thought, and then you have Facebook? Do you want to give them your Facebook or no?
My Facebook's private.
Okay. Haha, I know what it is. But okay. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, take a little shot just in case we lose this. Ready? Smile. Thank you so much.
You're
I
very
hope
welcome.
only good things come to you. I hope only the best things happen for you. And you're victorious. I want you to remember that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.